Back to our the Wealth Within series, and today we are talking about practical tips and tools. And my name is Irina Portnova, and I'm here with John Brown Claxton. John, this topic just popped up for me because I was thinking, how can we deliver more service to people and actually make them act on what they are doing? Because it's one thing when we consume the information, and it's another thing when we actually try something out, when we can take action steps and roll with that, right? So, what do you think about today's topic?
Oh, today's topic is well worthwhile, and I'm sure it's going to interest a lot of people. Practical tips, we always need those. I'll tell you one thing that comes to mind as soon as you said that, and it's an experience I had last week, not personally, but in my interaction with someone. It's amazing what's going on outside. And when I say outside, out in the world that people have to be dealing with. Imagine someone told the story and actually showed proof. We saw a client statement, and it's a loan statement. Picture this. They borrowed $5,000. 5,000. And I'm sure they had a need for it. Or I would imagine they have a need. Do you know how much was deposited into their account? You would never guess. Take a guess.
50,000.
$950.
Ooh.
So the way the statement is written, and I can read it because I have a picture of it. The way the statement is written, the interest charges were calculated up front, and so the person paid the interest before they even got the amount of money that they were borrowing. And of course, the amount of money that they got was $950. $4,568 and change was the finance charge. The annual percentage rate, 699 point something percent. I don't know how this could happen, but according to the statement, total of payments, $5,518. Now, I am wondering how genuine this could be if this is what's going on out there. How do you charge somebody that kind of interest rate? So, practical tips. Be careful what you ask for. Be careful who you ask it for. Be careful who you get it from. Be careful what you say yes to. Be careful what the finance charges are. Just be careful. Period. Because if this is what's going on, no wonder we're in so much trouble and in so much debt. The tip is be careful what you're asking for, who you're asking for it, and what you're saying yes to. That's the first tip that I have.
Awesome. So, when it comes to me, as I'm manifestation and mindset coach, everything what we have in our physical life comes from our energy. So basically, we are creating with our thinking, right? With the thoughts that we constantly entertain in our head. So these energetic impulses later on show up in our material physical life. And if you're still doubting it, just look around yourself. The clothes that you're wearing, the chair that you're sitting in, the computer or phone you're looking at. It was somebody's thought before it came the thing. So our thoughts actually become our things, right? And the more we understand the connection, the more we realize how we actually can change our reality. our life that we are living and the results that we are producing. So when it comes to money, first of all, I want to invite you to ask yourself a question. What is my relationship with money? Because a lot of times we don't even ask this kind of question. And majority of time when we talk about money, we talk in the negative sense, in terms of, because that's exactly how we were brought up. We were brought up to say that money is evil, money are dirty, and, like we kind of running away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is we are not realizing that money is also energy, as well as all of us are energy, right? So the money is energy. And if you are not welcoming that energy is not going to be in your life. So asking yourself, what is my relationship to money? And how am I receiving this money? Am I welcoming the money in my life, right? If I'm always living in that state of fear that, I don't have enough in my bank account and I do not know how I'm gonna live on that, or it's always about coming from the lack. Again, it's our mindset. If we shift the perception and if we start implementing some of the tools that help us to deal with that, you'll see that you are going to be coming from the place of abundance. And money come to us from different sources, not only when we are earning them. Money could come as a gift. Money could come as something unexpected that we receive, right? The winning and other forms of uh, unexpected blessings, right? So the first thing is stay open to receive it, right? Stay open and invite the money to be part of your life. So for that, I invite you, like, really write down, sit down and journal and ask yourself, what is my relationship with the money? And what is the story that I am telling myself about the money? Because once you start answering these two questions, you'd be surprised what's gonna pop up for you. That's
I,
a great start. And
I,
that's what I wanted to tell you. This is the tool journal.
mm-hmm.
Answer these two questions and see what's gonna come out for you. And I'll share another great tool after John is gonna share another tip. John, are you frozen? Oh, John is frozen. So it's me. So what I wanted to offer you, the great practice that you can start doing, and do it for 21 days.
we
Because
were we were both frozen, my dear.
oh, really? I could hear myself, but I didn't. I saw you frozen.
Yeah,
Okay,
we were
so
both frozen. But I got a question for you, Irina.
yes.
Based on the statements you made just now about mindset and relationship with money, is there any way in what you know you could contribute to this person's mindset to discourage someone else from thinking like that to end up in the position this person end up in, based on the illustration I gave you just now? Is there any way you can trace back from the end to the beginning what their thought process might have been, why they end up in that position?
Well, it's a great question. Obviously, whatever is happening in our life,
Mm-hmm.
this is exactly what we are attracting. And sometimes we do not even understand the relationship, but there is a connection, there is a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as any situation, we understand that we are living in the world of duality. Even for the most successful people, even for the people who have a lot in their bank account. This is the thing, this is the way the energy works, and this is the universal law. One day, a poor person can become rich. One
True.
day.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same token, it could happen vice versa. One day, the person with lots of wealth can be bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have to keep this in mind, right? So that's exactly how the energy works. And sometimes we cannot put things together because it takes a lot of inner work to process and to understand. And that's exactly why this manifestation work is so potent, because this is the skill that nobody taught us in schools. And we are completely discombobulated when it comes to that. And the more we start paying attention at the signs and the more we start connecting the dots, that's exactly how we can see for ourselves how things come together. And to answer your question, yes, they attracted it somehow. That outcome they did attract. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
say exactly how they did, but you know what? I always love that truth, the universal truth. If there
Mm-hmm.
is a problem, there should be a solution.
True.
But the thing is that people always trained, they were trained, and this is the programs that we carry inside of us. We were trained to look for the solution from the same frequency as the problem. And that's why a lot of times we are frantic. That's why a lot of times we can't, we stress ourselves because we cannot see the solution past the problem because we are so charged up. We are staying in this worrying state. We are staying in that anxiety. We are staying in that stress.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, we have to calm our nervous system down first. Once we calm our nervous system down, then we can think clearly. And like I said, the best way to look at it, just understand that there is a solution. And the way to tap to that solution, just sit down. And like I said, there is no better power than the power of writing. When we journalize something, ask the same question. What do I do in this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
What step can I take in order to resolve that? And then just start writing. And you'd be surprised what's going to come out for you. Because, like I said, when we are thinking, we are involving one parts of our brains. But when we are writing, we involve another parts of our brains. And we are actually connected at that point to the source. And we can source these answers and the ideas that we might not receive just from thinking about it, right? And
Right.
the idea is to keep yourself calm, because when we are calm, we are going to attract better outcome. Although at that initial stage, we might not see it, but the more we tune it, hello, Toby, it's great to see you. The more we tune in, the more we realize that that's exactly how the energy works. Like I said, just because we are going to be stressed out and running around like a chicken without the head, is it going to solve the issue? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
The situation is plastic. It's all about the emotions that we are put into that. And like I said, it's all in our perception. If we are going to be nervous, we like the outcome is still there. It is there. Like the
Mm-hmm.
situation is there. That's it. We cannot change the situation, but we can change our perception, and we can change how we perceive that situation and our response to that situation. So that's why this work is so potent, because it's a really, really, thank you so much. Toby said there is growth. Thank you. Appreciate you, Toby. So my thing is that start really paying attention at these things. Start living more mindfully in the moment and realize that just because you're going to be stressed, you're going to be nervous, it's not going to change the situation. It's
Mm-hmm.
already there, right? The thing is done, and it's done. So the only thing in this way, you could just be in your own best self, calm down. And the best way to calm down our nervous system is breathing. Take a few deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And that's exactly when we just take ourselves into the present moment, just rather than worrying about what happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And from that energy, take a solution, take a
Right.
step. What can I do? Who do I contact? Right? Because it's all about somebody already has the answer. And it's all about just talking to people and tap to that answer. And we
Mm-hmm.
always can receive the answer we are looking for.
So in the case of what I mentioned to you, the beauty about it in the end is that that person found relief from within our business. We couldn't change the numbers. We couldn't go back and undo what they did because it was done. But we were able to help them to deal with it by
Hmm.
rearranging the payment process so that the payment was easier for them to make as opposed to what was required of them in the beginning. So we were able to help them, but that was after the fact. So we want to go back to the tip that I mentioned, along with what you said about the mindset to help others not to make the same mistake or to be prepared, more prepared mentally, emotionally, to physically go and do what you need to do, get what you need to get, but with a different mindset, right?
Absolutely.
We don't want negativity in the process. We want to have positive outcomes, outcomes that are acceptable, that really suit our needs, as opposed to being stuck with a problem. So
Absolutely.
all happens in the mind. I think those were two good tips for today. Two or more good tips for today. What do you think?
Yes, and I just wanted to share one more practice that I started to share as you were frozen.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that practice that we can actually treat money as our friend, right? Because if we welcome money, money are going to come to us easily and effortlessly.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a practice that you can do for 21 days. Why is 21? Because scientifically proven it takes 21 days to break the habit and to
Mm-hmm.
change it, and the same, like breaking our patterns of thoughts,
Okay.
right? And I encourage everybody to try at least for 21 days.
Mm-hmm.
Write down every evening, write down the letter to the money. And there is no right or wrong way. It just
Mm-hmm.
like talk to money as your friend and express like how is it make you feel when you befriend money? What exactly money do for you? How do you feel when you have abundance of money, right? And I'm just gonna give you a short sample, just to know. Like I said, it has to come from your heart.
Mm-hmm.
When we are talking about this kind of work manifestation, a lot of things we can give the directions, but you also have to connect to your heart, because for each its own, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is what one of the example how you can write the letter to money. Hello money, you are like that amazing friend who's always there when I need you, whether it's for a fun adventure, a little extra help, or just to make life more comfortable. I have to say, having you around makes everything a whole lot easier. I realized that maybe I haven't always given you the credit you deserve. Sometimes I've let stress or worries get in the way, and I haven't fully appreciated the incredible things you bring into my life. But that's changing now. So let's just make that partnership. Let's just make this friendship. Let's keep this friendship going strong and see where it takes us. I'm excited for all the adventures and opportunities that lies life ahead. And I know you'll be right there beside me every step of the way. Thanks again for everything, Manny. You are the best.
Awesome. I like that. I
Yay!
was taking
Awesome.
my own notes.
That's, yeah, you could always listen to the recording, but the thing is like a lot of people might think it's nonsense, but that's how the energy works. Where we put our attention, we tend to expand that in that area of our life. And like I said, in order to say that this doesn't work, first you have to complete the 21 days every day. Write these beautiful letters, and it could include something like, okay, I want an X amount of money, and know exactly why do you want that X amount of money. What is it gonna do? Where are you gonna put this money in? Maybe going for vacation, maybe paying for your kids college, and so on and so forth, right? Because money loves to be allocated to something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like some of the greatest tools I just shared with you. Like I said, it's all about taking the tools. The tools are good only when we take and we use them. The same as somebody who builds the house, if they use the tools, they're going to build the house, right?
True.
So I invite everybody just to try it, to see how it works for them, and report back. I would be really, really grateful to hear back from you. That's it for today. John, anything
Awesome.
else you want to add?
Awesome. I just want to share that it's in my mind to plan an event and invite as many people as are interested, where I can have a Q&A session just to answer whatever questions you may have. It's in my mind, and if you put a note in the chat to say yes, I'm interested, that will help me to want to develop it a little bit more. And once I make the plan for it, then I'll share what date, what time, and how you can be a part of it. And we get involved in an interaction where there's an exchange. You ask questions, I answer, and we move through the process like that. So just keep in mind that that's in my mind, and with your help, I'll continue to develop it, and then we can make it happen.
Thanks so much for sharing. And for me, I already have that event in the place. This is all about manifestation. Come and join. The event starts on May 8th, and you have the link in this video. Please register. It's completely complimentary, but I gathered 28 wonderful speakers talking about manifestation, and money manifestation is part of that interview series. So join and hear from the experts, from the best of the best who manifested money in their lives and who could share with you and give you more tips and confidence to actually go after something that you truly desire. Register and come back to listen to more, and contact us because we are always here for you. Thank you and have a blessed day.